Welcome to PeopleNet Driver Training. The more familiar you become with your PeopleNet device, the more you will appreciate how it makes your professional life easier by making you more efficient. It will reduce the time you spend on paperwork so you have more time to drive. This module is about how to use Edriverlogs to accurately record your hours of service and comply with driving regulations. The safest way to use Edriverlogs is when your vehicle is parked. However, you can view your hours while in safe mode. Remember, the device is primarily a touchscreen device and would be used for these activities. Now, let's take a look at your pre-trip activities. Login interview, vehicle inspection, updating shipping, annotations, and trailer information. The device starts up automatically with the truck's ignition switch and displays the login screen. The status bar at the bottom of the screen lets you know your current duty status and current location. First, enter your driver ID and password and press OK. The screen that appears allows a co-driver to also log in if you are driving as a team. The co-driver selects the Driver To button to log in. The device will ask you for a duty status selection and ask you if you are the co-driver of this trip. If you are already logged in and want to add a co-driver, you will need to select Driver Icon and then select the Login icon. Repeat the process described previously. The login interview consists of 3 steps: duty status selection, log certification, and confirmation. The interview process begins with duty status entry screen. Note the on-duty remarks for loading, unloading, fuel, inspection, and other. Selecting one of these when on duty allows those remarks to be entered into your log without typing them. Touching the duty status you want will take you to the Certify Logs screen. You, the driver, will be asked to certify your logs during login, logout, and the first manual duty status of each day. Selecting Yes certifies all previous logs are true and correct. Selecting No leaves the previous events available for annotations if needed. Driver certification is required by FMCSA regulations. Upon completion of duty status selection and certification, you will be presented with a confirmation screen. Please review all information on the screen for accuracy, and if all info is correct, press OK. If your fleet has set up mandatory EDVIR during login, a pre-trip inspection form will appear for you to fill out. Please take the time to review your vehicle and do a thorough inspection. After completion of the inspection, please enter the required information your fleet has requested. Note, your form may be different than the one in the picture. You are now logged into the home screen for tablet. We will now review the steps to change your login information by using the icon menu bar from the confirmation screen. To change your regulations, select the Regs icon. You will then be presented with the selections set up in your driver profile. Press the regulation you want to use. Then confirm your selection change by pressing Yes or No. If you are operating under Canadian hours of service, you may be prompted to enter a license plate number after selecting your Canadian regulation. If you attempt to change from off-duty or sleeper berth to an active duty status with 1 hour or less to a full reset, then the device alerts that you have not met the minimum off-duty time required to regain hours. To change trailer or shipping information, press the Load icon. From this screen, you can enter trailer numbers, remarks, and shipping information. Press the Clear button to enter all new info, or just type over the selections you may want to change. When finished, press OK. Pressing the Location icon will allow you to make any comments about the location that your company may require. You will also be prompted automatically to enter location info if GPS is lost. Location information is required per the regulations. Remarks can be used for any additional information you want to enter during login that you want to be recorded in your log detail. Even though you may have been prompted to log in to certify your logs, you may also select from here by pressing the Certify icon. This works as previously explained by pressing Yes or No. Edriverlogs allows drivers to split sleeper berth periods. It automatically calculates sleeper berth totals by combining two sleeper berth periods that qualify per the regulations under which the driver is operating. Auto duty status changes on the device will automatically switch between on-duty and driving status. Moving into drive is based on your company's distance setting. You may or may not have the skip or change buttons displayed. However, this video shows all available options, including the skip button. With safe mode enabled, the notification appears like this. When you are in driving status and the vehicle stops for the time that your company has set, a notification that you are about to enter on-duty status will appear. With safe mode enabled, the notification appears like this. Auto duty status changes are recorded from the start of each movement or stop event, not when the message is displayed. While team driving, should either driver's driving status be incorrectly recognized, touch the driver icon. Then select the Change User icon. Then simply press Switch to put the co-driver into driving status. Now let's look at how easy it is to change your current driving status from single to team or from team to single. To change a current single driving status to team, first access the driving status menu by selecting Edriverlogs, Updates, Driving Status. To move from team status to single status, answer the question by pressing Yes or No. You will then receive a notification panel switching you to single status. Review HOS option allows you to view your available hours, total hours in each duty status for the current day. Select Edriverlog, View, HOS, Summary in the menu bar to display the summary screen. Use the scroll bar to view all selections. The hours available fields display available driving, on-duty, and cycle time per regulation. The Regulation Cycle Rules section fields represent accumulated hours for on- and off-duty and driving. Split sleeper berth fields represent accumulated hours for the most recent qualifying sleeper berth period and for the previous qualifying sleeper berth periods. If you're running under federal regulations, the border snapshot fields are ideal for previewing available hours under other regulations such as Canada. Or, if you're running under state regulations, border snapshot fields give you a preview under federal regulations. If you are licensed to drive in Canada, you can access the Review HOS option from the home screen by selecting Edriverlogs, Review HOS, Summary, and 15-Day. You will see available hours, total hours in each duty status for the current day, time on and off duty per regulation, and miles traveled. The Hours Available section displays available driving, on-duty, and cycle time per regulation. Fields in the Regulation Cycle Rules section represent accumulated hours for on- and off-duty and driving. Off-duty required hours are displayed. Split sleeper berth and defer fields that are displayed represent accumulated hours. Border Snapshot Canada to the U.S. displays the available time under your assigned U.S. mainland regulations. Fields include current driving, current on-duty, and U.S. regulation cycle. You can review 1, 7, or 8-day log sheets and 7, 8, and 15-day log sheets if you are operating under Canadian regulations. Review HOS one day in the menu bar on the View HOS screen to display the one-day graph. To display detailed information of the day's log, select Detail. Use the scroll bar to view the entire content of all duty status changes. Follow the same process for viewing 7- and 8-day graphs and detailed information for those time periods. The information under the header includes the 24-hour terminal start and time zone. The table includes both graphic and tabular representation of your hours in each duty status. Other information includes available driving and on-duty hours for the current day, as well as sleeper berth hours for the current and previous days. By selecting Detail, you can see all duty status changes and other information for the 7 or 8 days. Canadian regulations require a 15-day log. If you are licensed and driving in Canada, use the same process for viewing 15-day details. Note the title is 8-day graph. Press the previous 8 button to scroll from day to day to view log graphs. The Vehicle Inspection option allows you to record the times and results of pre, inter, post, and even DOT inspections. Check to see what your company requires. To access the inspection option, select Edriverlogs, then the inspection icon. This screen allows you to select a new inspection or any existing inspections forms that may have already been filled out for review. Selecting New then takes you to the inspection type screen. Select the icon based on the type of inspection you want to complete. A form or inspection screen will load depending on driver profile. Complete required information for either. To make updates to information during your day, touch the Edriverlogs icon. From the Edriverlogs menu, touch the Updates icon. From this screen, you can update load information, update driver status, enter a citation, or add a remark. These all function as you have already seen in the video. This is where you would make these changes while you are logged in as part of your working day. The device notifies you when you have 1 hour of driving or on-duty time, and again when you have run out of operating hours and are in violation. To log out of Edriverlogs, first select Driver, then select the Logout icon. If you want to log out and leave the truck, press the Yes Soft button. This will also certify all previous log events. If you only want to log out, press No. Next, select the duty status in which you want to log out. You will now be viewing the confirmation screen. Review information, use the menu bar for any additional changes, and press OK. You may receive a prompt for a post-trip inspection form if it has been set up in your driver profile. If so, fill out required information and press Next. This will bring you back to the login screen. Repeat these same steps for a co-driver if needed. A final word. If at any time the ECM cable on your vehicle is not receiving data, you will be prompted to use PeopleNet, either on the home screen or when you are performing an activity. Just touch OK and start using PeopleNet. When the connection is re-established, you will be prompted that you can use the Edriverlogs program again. Remember, FMCSA requires you to carry a paper logbook with you at all times. You will also be notified when GPS is unavailable, so you can enter location updates manually. You will be notified when GPS is restored. Driver Annotations lets you make corrections to any existing or forgotten duty status changes except driving. From the home screen, select Edriverlogs, then select Annotation. To correct an existing duty status event, press Existing DS. Then select which existing duty status event you want to change and press OK. Select the duty status that you want to change the existing event to. After you've entered the required remark, press OK. Review the change and confirm it by pressing Yes, or make an adjustment by pressing No. After accepting a change, you will return to the Annotations home screen. The same process applies to forgotten duty status changes. Select the Forgotten DS. Select the duty status for the forgotten event. When adding a forgotten duty status, enter the correct information in the date, time, and location fields. Enter the required remark and press OK. If there is an error, you will see an error message. Make the correction and OK. Review the change and confirm it by pressing Yes or make an adjustment by pressing No. This concludes our PeopleNet Edriverlogs module, and you're on your way to making your professional life easier. Feel free to review this video. When you have questions, consult your quick reference guide or contact your fleet administrator. To access any of the other helpful training modules, click here.